Peace everyone, welcome back to Giganomics, and this one is for everybody who commented storage on the last video. Y'all said y'all wanted me to break down exactly how I price and automate my storage hustle, so that's what we're doing today. This side hustle is something that I actually do on the weekend. When there's an expo, a trade show, or some type of event in my local area, I started off just helping vendors deliver their equipment. So things like their tents, tables, banners, but then I realized how many of them had nowhere to store their items overnight. The idea hit me. Storage for them will equal security. Providing that security would be the birth of a new side hustle. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about the setup first. You don't need a warehouse to start. I started using my storage unit and my cargo van. If you already got a cargo van, you halfway there. And here's the process that got me started. So vendors and small businesses, they was already paying me to hold their gear and their equipment to and from these expos and local events. Once they get set up, I will offer them the option to store any extra items overnight or for the weekend inside of one of my storage units, just depending on what they need. But now I'm starting to see extra money coming in. I was already doing the deliveries, and now I'm adding an extra $50 to $100 per vendor, and it was stacking up quick. So think about the 3-day event out there in Mohegan Sun. I made over $2,000 between my deliveries, the storage, and those little small side jobs, all from saying yes to opportunities that most people would ignore. Now let's get into pricing, and this is where people get stuck, and here's how I do it. So my delivery fee, I charge a base rate. Depending on the miles, I'm gonna start around $2.25 a mile, and that's for round trip. For setup and unload, I charge $25 to $50, and that's just depending on how heavy some of the items are or how detailed they want their booth set up. For the storage, you could charge a daily rate. So something between $25 and $50 for small booth items and $75 to $100 for big items, so like tables, tents, or multiple bins. The bigger the item, the more you charge. For return delivery, same as the pickup rate. Plus, you charge for any tolls or any loading help if needed. And this will easily turn into $300 to $400 per vendor per event. At each event, you got hundreds of vendors. All you need is 2 to 3 clients to potentially make over $1,000 a day. Don't overthink automation. This is how you make it easy. You build a simple storage booking form inside of Jotform. You include sections for the pickup times, the items, the delivery return date, and you add your payment gateway. Once they fill it out, you get notified instantly, and the client get a digital receipt. Use TrackPod or some type of delivery tracker software. This helps keep your weekend organized and optimize your pickup and delivery schedule, and it also allows your clients to track your location in real time. Have a storage agreement template ready. So just a simple 1-page document stating what you're storing, the dates, and that you're not responsible for perishables or damaged items. It helps keep you professional, and it also adds a layer of protection. Now let's talk about who need this the most, because your targets, they aren't random. Your ideal customers should be event vendors. So these are the people that's selling all kind of products, from candles to skincare, clothing, artwork, and even food samples, you name it. They usually travel light, but they always have extra boxes, backup inventory, and display items that don't fit into their car once everything is set up. I see it all the time. I'm at these expos. People pulling bins and boxes out their back seat, trying to rearrange things in the parking lot, hoping it all fits back in their car by the end of the night. But that's where you come in. Now, trade show booths are on a whole different level, and this is where your real money starts showing up. Most of these companies, they ship their shipment and they display material weeks in advance through freight carriers. But once everything gets unpacked, all those wooden crates, boxes, and packing material, they have nowhere to put it. And keep in mind, a lot of this equipment isn't cheap. We're talking about high-end products, so like firearms, antiques, electronics, jewelry, medical, and even tech equipment. All stuff that can't just sit outside in the parking lot under a tent overnight. If the weather flips, so like rain, if the humidity gets high, even high winds, they panic, because that's thousands of dollars in inventory on the line. When you pull up with a clean cargo van, a box truck, and you say, I could store it safely for the weekend and bring it back on Sunday, you instantly become their best friend. They'll pay you top dollar because you're solving a high stress problem for them. Now let's talk about one of the easiest clients to land, pop-up businesses. I'm talking about local boutiques, food vendors, candle brands, and even clothing lines that travel from event to event, usually just for the weekends. Most of them, they don't have trucks or permanent setups. They load everything in the back of an SUV or a small rental van and pray that the weather holds up. When the event ends late or it rains, they stuck trying to figure out where to put everything overnight. Again, and that's where you step in. Travelers from out of state. Now this one right here, this is some of my favorite clients. The out of state vendors, they travel hundreds of miles to sell their products. I've met people from California, Canada, and even met a couple from Mexico. And the last thing they want to do after a long weekend is haul anything back home. Most of them are driving small SUVs or their cars are already packed tight with personal luggage. By Sunday night, they be exhausted. They've been standing on their feet for 3 days, breaking down tables, loading bins, and all they want to do is get some rest so they can hit the road the next day. And again, that's where you come in. You offer to store their booth items for the week, or you even ship them back later through your delivery connections. Some will even pay you to keep their stuff in your unit until the next event. And that's recurring event without zero chasing. Here's what makes this a true weekend gold mine. You stacking 3 incomes in one trip. You get paid to deliver the items to the event. You charge for the storage while they're there. You get paid again to return all the items when it's done. It's like being your own moving and mini storage company all in one. And the bonus, most of these vendors are at new expos each month. Once they trust you, you become their go-to driver for every show. That's steady, repeated business, and that's where the real money is. Now let's talk equipment, because I know a lot of people overthink this part as well. You don't need a warehouse or a moving crew to get started. You just need the basic and a little common sense. A big SUV, a cargo van, or a box truck. Start with what you have, just to make sure it's clean and it's reliable. You don't want to show up to an expo with dirt all on your vehicle and boxes sliding around in the back. A clean vehicle makes a big first impression, especially with corporate or trade show clients. This right here will save your back and double your speed. Most vendors don't have them on site, and when you pull up and you roll their bins in smoothly, they remember you as a professional. Protect those tables, crates, and their products. These 2 items right here make your setup look like you know what you're doing. No scratched up displays, no shifting during transit. It's the small details that make people trust you. Get a few of these to organize things inside your van or your storage unit. They cheap, they stackable, and it helps you keep different clients' items separated so nothing get mixed up. Most of your work will happen early in the morning or late at night, before and after these expos open. You need to see what you're doing and be seen by others in the dark. A $20 work light and a vest can literally save you from an accident. And one more thing I recommend, get yourself a link bracelet or any kind of digital business card. If you out here networking the expos and making deliveries, this little thing is a game changer. It's a small bracelet you can wear on your arm, and when someone tap it with their phone, it instantly pull up your business profile, your website, your booking form, your phone number, Instagram, or whatever links you want. And this is nothing fancy, just the essential tools to look professional and keep your operation running smoother. Now here's the mindset shift, and this isn't just another delivery job. You providing a logistical peace of mind for vendors. When a vendor that has already paid for booth fees, travel costs, hotel bills, the last thing they want to worry about is some type of secure storage for their stuff. So when you say, don't worry, I'll store it for you and bring it back on Sunday, you're no longer a driver, you their solution. And that's what helps you earn respect, repeated business, and higher paying clients. If you're watching this thinking, I don't live near big expos or convention centers, that's okay. This same model, it works for farmer markets, craft fairs, and any community pop-ups. Anywhere vendors gather, that's an opportunity for you. And remember, I started out small as well, just helping one customer. That one customer led to more customers, and that led to more phone calls coming in. Then I added my automation. Now it's one of my easiest, most consistent weekend side hustles that I do. And this is not a year-round hustle for me. I'm locked in with vendors from 3 different cities. One in Boston, the one in Connecticut, the Mohegan Sun, and one in New York. They all last from November through New Year's. Each weekend, I'm in one of these cities making $2,000 to $3,000 plus every weekend.
Okay, hold on, Dad knows the mic, 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for getting that.
That's okay.
I just want to talk to the manager on the inside.
So if you got a cargo van, a large SUV, or a storage unit, or even extra garage space, this is your sign to launch your own storage hustle. Set your rates, get your phones ready, and test it at your next local event. You don't need permission. You just gotta have a little bit of consistency. If you found some value in this video, hit the like, hit the share, leave a comment, and until next time, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, get to your hustle. Peace.